Welcome to King Says So, a channel that advocates for one Africa, one land, one Africa, one language, one Africa, one currency, one Africa, one army. I wish to witness Africans all around the world united as one in our lifetime. Enjoy.
How do I open? The boat. Let's wait. Use the boat to come across. Nog niet. Kijk, ja. Video. Pak hem af. Let's catch only 3. Abahambe! Mấy worry tayo boy kan. Leadership on the border. We got more than 20 of them. They've got their own boat there. Abahambe! Was geriert, ne? De jongen in de boot, ja. Going back. Abahambe! We don't just talk. Yeah, bye-bye. Don't come back. More than 40 illegal crossing the river here. Look there, there's a tent somewhere. That's the village, you can see. That's the village. In top. I think they paid to come over. Yeah, I'm right boats. No, yesterday we met the other ones in the village. Yo. Hold us. Look, he's only broken so much. They must come and video right. Come here quickly, we want to talk to you. Come here. Come. Do those push-ups in South Africa. Come here. Your time is over. Why are you running? Come do those push-ups here. Come here, man. Come guys, please, man.
Peace and Pan-Africanism to all my African brothers and sisters. Thank you so much for tuning in on King Said So with me, your host, Kagiso Hlongwane. And I would like to thank everyone that has subscribed to the channel. We are officially starting a new chapter, the 10K chapter.
Thank you so much for 10,000 subscribers. My goodness, you know, the way I always envision numbers is with churches and what you call school setups. 10,000 people. Can you imagine your church having 10,000 people or your school having 10,000 learners? That's a crazy number. So I'm very, very grateful, guys, for all of you who have subscribed from all around Africa. With that being said, I'm not reporting on a nice topic today, as you have seen. You know, this is a Pan-Africanist channel. So by Pan-Africanist, we mean that we advocating for African unity. Now we're having an issue in South Africa where division is is the is what drives people to do things, if I can say it like that. The PA, Dayton McKenzie, when he had his manifesto in Orlando Stadium, he specifically focused on illegal foreigners. This channel will say there is no Africa that is illegal in Africa. The way we explain that is that before the colonizers came, before Germany came, the Dutch came, the British came, before the US came, before the Spanish came, before the Portuguese came, before everyone else came, Africans were roaming freely around the world. Yes, there were tribes that has specific lands and everything, but there was no one stopping from anyone from, from moving freely in Africa. When the colonizers came, they then subdivided the country, which is the continent, into regions, and those regions marked which Western country was owning which part of Africa. In South Africa, we have the Dutch, the British. In Swaziland, the British, and Lesotho, British. Then you go Angola, you go to the Portuguese, you go to the Spanish, you go up in the West. You're speaking about the French owning who have colonized Burkina Faso, Mali, Niger, Chad, Gabon, and the likes, Cote d'Ivoire, like countries that speak Spanish as one of their official languages. That speak French as one of their official languages. The hate for Africans that is in the Patriotic Alliance, it's too much. It's too much. I cannot advocate. The only reason I'm doing this video is because I want to raise awareness so that people can see what is happening. Colored people in South Africa are less than the 10% of the population. The colored people, most of them are half black. When we look at it, the broader term, there is no actually term as half black. Only here in South Africa where you find the term colored or mixed race or whatever, coloreds, whatever. When colored people leave Africa and go overseas, in the Europe and whatever, immediately in the airport, wherever the airport they are landing in, they are black. There is no such thing as colored. There isn't a box where you can tick colored. It's either African, Indian, Chinese, Caucasian, or white, German, but there's no box for colors where you can tick. I'm saying that to say this. The hatred for, and I'm sorry for the Patriotic Alliance members for being driven with Kenny Kune, with Dayton McKenzie into this hate for black people. This is hate for black people. Who gave white people the citizenship here in Africa? Who gave Afrikaners the citizenship here in Africa? You can't come into my house, give yourself citizenship. When other people try to come into my house, then you say you are illegal foreigners. You can't do that. Excuse me. You understand what I'm trying to say, ladies and gentlemen? It cannot be that we Africans hate each other so much that we would go and camp at the border for 2 or 3 days. And he's doing this because he wants to show the Patriotic Alliance that he hates black people. This is a hate for black people. He will never go and go to Chinese shop and check every Chinese if they are legally here, if their papers are correctly follow the correct processes in home affairs. He will never do that to white people. He will never do that to Indians. He will never do that to Caucasians. He will never do that to any of that. It's only here in black people that he expresses himself. Let him go try this nonsense in Lesotho, where his ancestors come from. By the way, if you don't know, his mother is Sotho. Dayton Mackenzie's mother is Sotho. His father, I think, is white, half colored, whatever. But his father is white. His mother is a Lesotho woman. That is why he looks the way he looks, because one drop of black turns you into black. The black gene is superior to the white gene. You don't get confused. Take a Chinese person and a black person, mate them. The offspring immediately will look black. Very unlikely you get a scenario where the white gene dominates the black gene. Very, very unlikely. White people gave themselves citizenship here in Africa. Afrikaner people, the Dutch people, are not Africans. We should stop calling them Africans and continue to call them Afrikaner, Dutch, European, because that's what they call themselves pre-1994. They never considered themselves as Africans before 1994. They were European. I'll see if I can get the pictures. They were European substations, European suburbs and everything here in Africa, and here in South Africa. I mean, I'm very heartbroken to see my Zimbabwean brothers and sisters getting treated like this. Nobody moves because they want to. Economical situation is moving our brothers and sisters, fathers and mothers, going seeking for a better life. Yeah, king, they are coming here, they are stealing, they are killing people. That is a crime problem. I continuously say, do not nationalize crime. South Africans are killing people and getting away with it. It's not a Zimbabwe or selling drugs is a Nigerian thing. It's not. It's a crime problem. Our police need to do their job. Full stop. But the job cannot be that a political party goes to a border gate. Not even a border gate. They were not in a border gate. Because people think that there is a big border that separates South Africa from Zimbabwe, South Africa from Namibia. No. No, ladies and gentlemen. No, there isn't a border that separates us all the way throughout the land. Yes, there's border gates, yes, there's fences here and there, but it does not separate us throughout. You understand what I'm trying to say to you? So the border patrol police said they don't have a right to do this. Let's quickly listen to what the border management police said.
So we do also have different segments and vulnerable areas that we would like to respond to. And you might not always see our borderline, border guards as well as the South African National Defence Force across the entire borderline, because in terms of utilization of resources, it is best to just focus on particular areas within the borderline.
And once we talk about that, we know that you're not alone now. You've got company. Some of the people, leaders, have taken upon themselves to go on the ground. Tell me about that.
Yes, now we're aware of that, and it's really unfortunate We always maintain that there is absolutely nothing wrong, that we are working collaboratively with border communities because they are the ones best placed in this location to tell us who is entering in the area as well as to make use of the intelligence information that is in those areas. But when you have mobilization of people from outside, it makes it a little bit awkward in a way that there is absolutely no authority for such activities and actions. And we would like these organizations to maybe just refrain from that. But what we are doing in the meantime is obviously we know that the area Malala Drift remains one of those vulnerable segments, and we're responding to that reality. Sometimes, in terms of our force employment strategy, it might not that we have particular presence there. But further down, we do deploy forces to intercept, actually then also to return the people, but more importantly, what we are intending to do now is to actually charge these who are transporting people with aiding and abetting, as well as impounding of vehicles. So that is the actions and the planned activities on our side.
Thank you very much for speaking to
the roadblock.
And whilst we talk about those roadblocks, we know that now Patriotic Alliance is on the ground, in just not far from here, about an hour away. That means that they're also doing the work that you're doing. Have you had any communication with them in terms of how they may be stopping the people? Do they have a right to?
No, I haven't heard about the Patriotic Alliance. I'm just hearing it from you now, and then which means they're not supposed even to do that, and they're not even supposed to be on the borderline because we are even officials who are doing such work at the borderline. Yes.
Thank you very much for speaking.
And this is a word for all my Zimbabwean brothers and sisters who are watching. Everyone, my Lesotho brothers, Swaziland brothers, whoever brother from wherever country, Namibia, Zambia, wherever. No South African has a right to come to you and ask you for your identity. No one. If they are not police, they are not wearing uniform, no one has a right to come and harass you as an African and ask you for what you call your identity, your passport or whatever. It's wrong. Now that being said, and I've warned my African brothers, say, when it comes to xenophobic attacks, when it comes to fighting against Somalis, fighting against Indians, tuck shops and all that, be careful what you do in front of the camera. Be careful what you do in front of the camera. If it's captured on camera, there are many community leaders that are in prison today as we speak because they took the law in their own hands. You are not the police. You are not the police. Do not hit anyone. Do not kill anyone. You will go to prison. You will leave your family and go and sleep in a cell because you wanted to play superhero by sending Zimbabweans back. This is pure xenophobic without the act of violence. Pure discrimination. Let the border police do their job. So I want to see the police. What are they going to do? You see, in South Africa, the law applies to people depending on who they are. If me and you go to the border today, I take my people, my Pan-Africanist people, and I go to the border and I go fight the Patriotic Alliance, or I go not even fight, I go there and camp and stop people from crossing. When the border patrol management people come and they see me there and they don't know me, I'm not a politician, I'm just a YouTuber, I'm nobody. They will tell me, pack your things and leave this site. This is our operation site. We are working here. Go. But because it's the PA and it's Gaten McKenzie and this fool Kenny Kunene who is following blindly like a stupid man, he is an African man. He's allowing all of these colors to pull him around and make him hate his own people. These are our own people. I will never advocate for hatred between black against black. Never. Never. It does not take us anywhere. The borders have been opened in the Western Africa. Borders have been opened. Countries are saying, listen, we don't want you to cross illegally. Just come through the border and identify yourself. That's what we are talking about. When we say a borderless Africa, we are not saying don't record people. The movements must still be recorded, but people must not feel like they are permits and passports and things that are on their way, blocking them from crossing to another country. Come with your South African ID. We will have a central processing home affairs unit where you can come. You put your fingerprint. Then we know anyone and everyone who has crossed the border. Come through the border. You are free. Just identify yourself. If you don't identify yourself, that is where the problem comes. But because we have put all of these rules and everything that blocks Africans, and remember the economical situation in Zimbabwe, of which the Zimbabweans did not do it to themselves, is the sanctions around that country that is forcing these people, pregnant women, crossing the rivers because they want to come and give birth on a hospital bed. You want to chase those people away as an African? No, ladies and gentlemen, I cannot advocate for that. I cannot advocate for that. Look at it. These colored people went and came there. Or their oka pipe is there. Their alcohol is there. You know how coloreds are. You know, they are just there. Who are you to come and do a border patrol? Border patrol people go for training. Who are you? Who are you? Political parties think they have got power that they don't have, and they don't deserve. Some other people don't deserve power, and it's unfortunate that I think the Patriotic Alliance is going to get one or two seats in the parliament in these elections. I think Kenny Kunene and Gayton Mackenzie will be parliamentarians this coming elections. But I don't think they'll get more than that. Why? Because their main agenda is being focused on the minority. Colors are a minority in South Africa. They are just like white people. People don't know this. Colors are in the minority. White people are 7 point something percent of South African population, and I believe it's lower than that. But colored people are at 8 to 9%. Less than 10% of the population of South Africa is colored people. So we cannot. You can't think that they will have a revolution in a country focusing only on colored people. It's wrong. Focus on everyone, and do not fake your love and say, we welcome everyone. Everyone was welcome. But once they come into the party, colored people take the priority because secretively you know you are just there for colored people. Kenny Kunene, we don't count him. We have no respect for people that have got no political history whatsoever, no political track record. Tell me what you guys think on the comment section. Is it right for political parties to go and camp on crossings and turn people back? You know, the river is low now, so the crocodiles are not there. When the water rises, then the crocodiles come. A lot of people die crossing to South Africa, by the way. But anyway, this makes me dislike Gayton Mackenzie even more. I don't have a problem with you being pro-colored. I don't have a problem with you advocating for the rights of your people, but you do not infringe on the human rights of other people. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Thank you so much, guys. 10,000. I'm recording this before the 9 o'clock live that we are doing, so I'll be live in 20 minutes. So let me get myself ready. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. If you haven't already, please click the subscribe button so that you can be informed every time by hitting the bell icon when I upload a video. 10K guys. Senkulile. There's no mabahambe here. Every African person is welcome, especially to this channel. Until we meet next time, don't forget to pray. And after you pray, make sure that you stand up and do your best so that God can do the rest. Peace in Pan-Africanism. I salute you.